Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 9 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter Geometry. The lessons we're going to cover today are Pythagorean theorem word problems, converse of Pythagorean theorem is it a right triangle and special right triangles. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I am on grade 9 math. Chapter we are on right now is geometry. This is lesson that is Pythagorean word problem. Venus just went down the slide at the playground. He walks 6 feet to get from the end of the slide back to the ladder. 8 feet up to the top of the slide again. How long is the slide? So the slide he walks 6 feet from the end of the slide. This slide he walked from here 6. We need to find C. That is C is 8 square plus 6 square. 64 plus 36 equals 100. So C equals 10. Let's just start with the test questions. Three baseball players are playing catch. Neela is directly south of the column and directly. Neela and Mitchell are 3 meters apart. Mitchell and Colin are 5 meters apart. How far apart are Neela and Colin? So we need to find how far. So that is c squared equals what's wrong with the. Let's just start with a test question. Three baseball players are directly south of Colin and directly west of Mitchell. Neela and Mitchell are 3 meters apart. Three meters, 5 meters. We need to get SC. 5 square equals 3 square plus B square. So B square equals 25 minus. So B equals 4. 1 is the correct option. That is B equals 4. The correct option is 4. Option number 1 is the correct. Channel is admiring a statue in Newberry Park from 5 meters away. If the distance between the top of the statue to Janel's head is 13 meters, how much taller is the statue than Janel? Parks are 5 meters away. If the distance between the top of the statue of Janel is 13 meter, how much tall is the statue? So C equals that is plus B square. C is 13 square E square plus I don't know what's wrong with the pen. 169 minus 25 is 144. B square equals 144. So P equals 12. Option number 2 is the correct. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 12. Holes in opposite corners of triangular kitchen. Okay. The width of the kitchen is 12 feet. Width is 12 feet. And the distance between the mouse holes is 15 feet. What is the length of the kitchen? We need to find the length of the kitchen. No, hold on. A mouse had made opposite corners. The width of the kitchen is 12 feet. The width is 12 and the distance between the mouse holes is 15 feet. These are the opposite corners. What is the length of the kitchen? So that is 15 square equals x square plus 12 square. 25 minus 144. That is 81. So x equals 9. So that means that length of the kitchen is 9. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is what's of Pythagorean theorem? Is it a right triangle? Our triangle has side lengths with 8 kilometer, 12 kilometer, and 16 kilometers. Is it a right triangle? The longest length is the hypotenuse. So that would be 16 square equals 8 square plus 12 square. That is 64 plus 144 equals 256. So when added, that is 208. 208 is not equal to 256. So that means the result is false. This is not a right triangle. Let's just start with the test questions. Our triangle has a side length with a length of 11 feet, 12 feet, and 18 feet. Is it right triangle? That is 18 square because longest length is the hypotenuse. 18 square equals 12 square plus 11 square. 18 square means 18 times 18. That is 324 is 144. 11 square is 121. So 121 plus 144 is 260. Sides are not equal, right? That means this is not a right triangle. The correct option is no. Option number 2 is the correct option. A triangle has a side lengths of 12 meter, 13 meter, and 17 meter. Is it a right triangle? So it's 17 square equals 13 square. 17 square is 239. 13 square is 169. 12 square. 289. So they are not equal. The correct option is no, that is not a right triangle. A triangle has a side length of 8 kilometer, 12 kilometer, and 16 kilometer. Is it a right triangle? That is 16 square equals 12 square. 64 plus 144, 256. So 256 is not equal to 308. The correct option is no. A triangle has a side length 3 feet, 4 feet, and 5 feet. Is it a right triangle? So the longest side length is, so this is a right triangle. Option number 1 is, a triangle has a side length of 8 yards, 15, 17 yards. Right triangle. So 17 square equals 15 square plus square. 17 square, 15 square is 220 and 8 square is 64. So 200, so both sides are exactly equal. So that means this is a right triangle. The correct option, yes, it is. A triangle has a side lengths of 14, 16 miles and 20 miles. Is it a right triangle? That is 20 square equals 16. 20 square is 400. 16 square is 256. 14 square is 196. 256 plus 196, that equals 422. 452 angle. The correct option is yes, this is a no, this is not a right triangle. A triangle has the side length 6 yards, 7 yards, and 10 yards. Is it a right triangle? That is 10 square is the longest line. This is the hypotenuse, right? So hypotenuse square equals the opposite square plus the base square. So 7 square is 49 and 6 square is okay. You can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is special right triangles. Okay, find W. Basically, these are the special triangles that have the measurement 30, 60, 90, right? We need to find the missing side length. So the longer side length equals square root 3 times the shorter leg, right? Square root 3 is the hypotenuse, right? So that is W equals 5 square root. Let's just start with the test question. Find J. The hypotenuse is equal to 2 times the shorter leg. That is 2 times 7, 2 times 14. The hypotenuse equal to 2 times the shorter leg. Got it? So that is 14. Option number 1 is the correct option. The shorter leg equals square root 3 times the longer length, right? Root 3. So square root 3 times square is 3. Option number 2 is the correct. The correct option is 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. Equals, oh, we need to find the longer length. That is t equals 1. Find W. That is 8 square root 3. Option number 4 is the correct option. Oh, that is hypotenuse. We need to find the hypotenuse equals 2 times the shorter leg. Okay, you can come yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. Chapter we were working on is geometry. The lessons we have covered today are Pythagorean theorem word problems, converse of Pythagorean theorem is at a right triangle, and special right triangles. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. If you have any questions, you can please write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions?